Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel Inside Geography with Saad Rahoojo. The topic which we are going to discuss today in this lecture is about the introduction to geography. You can say what is geography. Now we should have discussed this earlier at the beginning of the lecture series, but I could not discuss it because at that time we were at the middle of the semester courses. So the students who were already, discussed or had studied that topic. So now I got the opportunity to discuss this topic. So introduction to geography is a basic or initial topic. So this geography start from the its introduction. I'll say geography is quite a unique subject is all the subjects they are being claiming. But what I'm saying is so unique that if you look at the uh, content and character of geography, you will find honestly this is very interesting topics, because geography is one of those academic discipline where you don't need to go to the lab every time and testify or test the hypothesis or any opinion. So this is that type of subject which you are being moving with that, or which you are being perceiving, which you are being feeling, so whatever you are being looking around you, or what are you're being feeling the changes, or or the things which are being surrounding you, these all are the content or the interest of geography. So I'll say every human being should learn about the geography, because it comes in the basic sciences, not like a very hard or difficult science. Because in our daily routine and daily life, we are being facing these changes or these sort of processes or characteristics. So we must need to understand the geography. What is geography? So I'll try my level best, to give you a very concise or brief, I'll say, introduction or background of the geography. So in this lecture, we'll discuss the, how do you say, the history and background and the characteristics, major divisions of geography, and also some periods that how the geography evolved from its prehistoric from the beginning, its initial state, and what is the current situation on condition of geography, and also we in particular talk about the how the geography is being taken in our part of the world, especially in Pakistan, and the students who are being getting education, or who are being the geographer, what sort of market opportunity are being, for them. So we'll discuss all these things in this lectures. Uh, there is also some confusion on the part of the people regarding the geography. Sometimes people take it interchangeably. I mean, sometimes they mix the geography with the geology. Sometimes they also mix geography with the history. Uh, if you compare geography and the geology, they are quite different academic subject from each other. Geology is mostly concerned to the geological processes, means the structure, size, and shape of the earth. So mostly what is happening inside the earth, and the same time at the surface of earth. So mostly is being concerned to the physical part of the earth. How the landforms are being formed, or what is going inside the earth, and they are also being concerned to the rock type or the minerals which are lying inside. So it's all about the composition, structure, and size of the earth. Now the geographer, they also learn these all things, but the geographer, they are also being concerned to the cultural and the biological part of the earth. So the geologists, they don't study the cultural and biological characteristics, but while the geographer, they learn about the cultural and biological processes are being characteristic of the earth. So like, in geography, we learn about the different, not only the way the people are being living on the surface of earth, and what sort of condition or situation they have made for themselves to maintain their life. So they have been engaged into different economic activities from its beginning also. So not only they are also being surrounded by the different physical characteristics. Geography is a combination of both biological, cultural, and also the physical characteristic. Because the geography is coming into the physical sciences, is an academic subject. So physical sciences, as you can say, earth sciences. So uh, but the beauty of geography is that now it's a it comes from the physical sciences, or in the earth sciences, uh, but there's no restriction or the limit of the limitation on the geography, because all the faculties, like the students who are getting education in the different faculties, like be it from the arts or from the social sciences or the natural sciences, they are also been learning about the geography. So geography is a basic sciences. So it's not only concerned inside that, but it's also being concerned what's going on at the outside surface of earth, and not only at the surface of earth, but it goes to the space. So the range of geography is more than that, the range of geology. So geology, they are being concerned with the physical characteristic or physical or physiological process. But geography, not only the physical, at the same time cultural, biological, also the climatological aspect of the life. So in a geography, if we take it, earth as a whole is a planet, not the one part of the earth or the any limit part of that. So we are been learning the earth is a whole part, is a whole planet. So what is inside, outside, or anything which has been present in the surface of earth, has been geographer have been they are being concerned with all these things. So and in terms of history, must sometimes people they mix geography with the history. So history is concerned to the when, it is concerned to the time period, that any particular things or story or anything which is or any event which is happening and what part of the time. So it's been mostly concerned to the period or the time, while the geography is being concerned when and where. So now, so the history is concerned to the when, while the geography is concerned to the where. So where it happens. So mostly in geography we are being concerned with the location. Okay, where that thing is happened, कि चीज कहाँ पे थी, कहाँ पे हुई. Not only we concerned to the time, at the same time we are concerned to the location. So particular place or the region of the part of the earth. So this is the quite difference between the geography and the history. But if you look at the evolution of geography and the history, so both evolve at the same time. Be it if you look at the history or the geography, at the initial stage of both subjects, you will not be able to differentiate whether it was history or the geography. So most of the concepts of the geography comes from the people who were historian, or who were the travelers who traveled from one part of the earth to another part of the earth, and what they saw, what they observed, what they felt, they describe and they noted and they recorded through their words. So also the geography has a similar or the same process of evolution. So in this lecture we'll discuss about how many branches of geography, and what is the true definition of geography. Even though if you follow the definition of geography, most people are being confused. If you ask anybody what is geography, they will give you a different explanation, different definition. So they will have a different opinions. Some people say, oh, geography is the people who learn or study about the location of any place or any region. The people who learn about the rocks, or the people who study the the different physiological characteristic, or you can say the people who learn about the landforms, means they are being concerned to the to the mountains, the plateaus, or the rivers, the forest, the vegetation, the agriculture. And if you ask some people, they say, oh, these are the people who make the maps. They have been concerned about the maps. And some other people say, oh, people who learn about the climatical changes, or the people who predict the what I say the seasons, or they let you know about the temperature, pressure on the rainfall. So this is, I'll say, if you look at that, people have a different views and opinion about the geography. So this is the beauty of geography, that people have a different opinions. So this is all about the geography. Now if you take the geography, what could be the definition of geography? So these all are the definitions of the geography. So people have a different perspective, a different opinion. So we learn and we study these all aspects of the geography. So, and in lecture we are be proceeding further. So I'll discuss the introduction and history, and then we will discuss the branches. As far as the history is concerned, I'm thinking to have another video on the history, because it can be divided into different eras and different periods of Greeks, the Romans, the British, then the European. So they're different. So we need to have a extra time to discuss or to define the history. We also discuss the branches, then we discuss the realms, themes, applications of geography. What are the applications of geography? Then the scope of the geography. If you look at the definition of the geography, geography actually uh, is being the systematic study of a spatial pattern of all on or near to the Earth's surface. So geography is the study of the spatial, or the variation, or the distribution of Earth, what is inside and outside of the Earth's surface. So it is the study of areal differential of the Earth. It is the study of natural relationship of the people with their environment, and it is the scientific description of Earth. So here, even in this slide, you might have found the different definitions of geography. In one definition, it is being saying that it is the systematic study of variation. So what is lying the different features, different things you are being observing on surface of Earth. Somewhere you will find mountains, somewhere you find the plateau, somewhere we have a barren land, some we have a urban area, some we have a vegetation, some we have a forest. So this is the geography is actually the study of that variation. So what things lying where and why they are being different from the each other. So it is same. It is the study of areal differential of Earth. It's the study of natural relationship of people with their environment. So geography actually nowadays and currently this definition is being taken seriously, that this geography actually is the study of relationship between man and its environment. So what's lying the surrounding the environment surrounding the man, actually man is concerned to that surrounding. So how that surrounding, that environment has an influence on the man, and ultimately in return what sort of influence or impact of man on the environment. So we have a reciprocal relation. So here the more focus on the relationship between the man and the environment. So and also it is a scientific description of Earth. So not only we have a theoretical concept of the geography where we have been observing by our own eyes, or we have been feeling that, but at the same time we have a scientific description of the Earth. Then how our Earth looks like, what is the size of Earth, what is the shape of Earth. We also been calculating the rotation revolution, mean Earth's movements, seasons, day and night, temperature, pressure, and also the standing of Earth in the solar system. So these are also the scientific characteristic or components where we need to have some sort of calculation. So geography is mother of all sciences is being claimed, because if you look at the content material of geography, what is being learned in geography, yes, then you can be able to say that geography is the mother of all sciences. But because in geography we not only learn the physical characteristic, I'll let you know in the coming slides. We same time we have a culture and biological. So almost all the subjects are being included in the geography. That's why it is being called the mother of science. But I forget to let it know that what is the, because it says a study of a spatial pattern. So you see that different patterns here, different special characteristics here. You see greenery, you have barren lands, you have a flat lands, we have a but the geography, I forget to let it know. If you follow the word meaning, actually geography is the combination of two Greek words, geo and graphy. Geography. Geo means earth, graphy means to write up, to describe, or you can say description. So geography, it's a description, write up, you can say explanation, illustration of the earth. So whatever, or you can say in a simple way, it's a study of the earth. It's a study of the earth where you have been learning everything about the earth. So that word geography was coined by the Eratosthenes. He was a Greek geographer, and he gave that idea. Or sometimes is also, he also been called the father of the geography. So that person coined or made this the. So history of geography, we have a contribution from the Greeks. Then we have a Romans, we have Arabs, we have Muslim, and we have a modern geography. I'm not going to the detail. Now in slides we have a detail that what the Greeks did for the geography, for the development progress of geography. What was the contribution of the Greeks, Romans, Arabs, Muslim, and the modern geographers. I want to have another lecture video on these, the periods or different peoples who contribute for the geography, because we don't have a time at the moment. So Eratosthenes, I want to give you. So he was the director of library. First time the word geography was used, this guy. So this guy was the first person who used this word, and he was the person who gave the idea of Earth is round. This person gave the idea. He's the opinion that our Earth is in a round shape. Before, the people was perceiving that the earth is a flat, it's not in a square shape, it's not a round shape. So he drew a fine map of the world. This person gave the first map of the world. So I'm not going into the description of these people. I will have another. So we have Aristotle, we have a Herodotus, we have Strabo, we have a. So these people from Arab period, from Arab world, from the Muslim worlds, Ibn Battuta, and then now we have a modern geographer, Alexander van Humboldt. We have a Joseph Parts. We have a Frederick Redzel. We have a Oscar Tischel. I will have another video on these periods. So we will have a very brief, description about the contribution of these people. So let's discuss the the divisions are major part of the geography. Actually, geography has been divided into two parts. One is called the physical geography, another called the human geography. So in physical geography, the things that occur naturally on earth we learn about. So the things which are being naturally made, we learn or we study those aspects or those characteristic or components of the earth, in which we have a mountains, we have a plateaus, we have a plate tectonics, we have a earthquakes, or you can say these are the process, and the landforms or land features, we have a forest. So these things we learn. In human geography, we learn, or we are being concerned those aspects of the earth which are man-made, which man by its own effort evolved or made those things. So we will be discussing in more details when coming. So physical geography, it is the study of natural world. For example, we have a mountains, weather, climate, volcanoes, natural disasters, animals, seas, oceans. Basically, this is anything about nature and how the world works. So in a physical geography, we learn about the physical aspects of Earth, where we have not only we learn the climatology or climate, at the same time we learn about the landforms which are being in at the surface of Earth, and what is going inside the Earth. So it is concerned with the lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, and the biosphere. We had also another lecture on these spheres of the world, so we are not going to discuss here. In human geography is the study how the humans have affected by the environment and by the civilization where they are. So actually in human geography, we study in what way, in what shape, in what condition man is living on the surface of earth, and what sorts of professions or activities he's been engaged in that, and what sort of relationship between man and the environment. So this all, so we learn these things in the human geography. Human geography also being a big subject. In coming slides we'll also discuss. So social geography, study of earth in relation to the social activity of man. Cultural geography, uh, these are the branches. Human geography, in human geography we learned economic geography, we have a population geography, we have a medical geography, we have a sports geography, we have a urban geography, and in physical geography, we have a geomorphology, we have a hydrology, we have a climatology, we have airline. So there are more. So this is a brief description of the both the divisions of the Earth. So in a physical geography, we learn the rocks, minerals, because our Earth crust is made of these rocks and minerals. So these rocks and minerals are of different sort of different types. Then we learn about landforms, we learn soils, animals, plants, water, in what form the water has been present. So we learn fresh water, brackish water, in the, the surface water, subsurface or groundwater. We also been learn atmosphere, atmospheric composition, atmospheric layers. We also been, learn about the seasonal changes, temperature, pressure, temperature inversion, so, and rivers and other water bodies. Environment, in environment you learn about environmental pollutants, so the climate, weather. Then we have oceans. In human geography you learn populations, population pyramids, population composition, the settlements. We have economic activities, transportation, recreational and activities, religion, because people are being living in different part of the world, so they have a different beliefs. People don't have a similar or uniform belief, so they have a belief on different things, so we also been learning on different religions. So political system, so different countries or states, they have a different political system. Somewhere we have a democracy, somewhere we have a dictatorship, somewhere we have a religious political, somewhere we have a combination of these things. Some we have a technocrat government. So we have a different political system where the people are being, influenced, are being controlled through. Then we have a social traditions. We have a human migration. People are being migrating. They are being moving under, different influence and the different, factors or issues. They are being moving from one part of the earth to the another part of the earth. So, what sort of, things which push them or pull them. So we learn the push factor, pull factors of migration, and we also see the, the population or the different sorts of the migrations are being happening around the world, and what are the reasons behind them. Then we have an agriculture system, because agriculture comes in the primary activities. So agriculture, we have a different agriculture system. We have a mono agriculture system. We have a multi-agriculture system. Now agriculture has become more specialized and mechanized, where we are being using the modern ways of agriculture. So an urban system, we have urban services, urban living. Also same time we have a urban settlements, urban issues have also been. So this is human geography, and that one is the physical geography. So there are certain themes of geography which are being called the core of the geography, where you must understand or must know about these themes. So in which there are 5 themes of geography, where we have a location, we have a movement, we have an interaction, we have a region, and we have a place. In location, you learn about the, where that particular place or region has been located on the part of the earth or on the globe. So we'll go one by one. So location, actually there are 2 types of location. I already discussed with that one. One is absolute location, and another is that relative location. Absolute location, which is being based on the coordinate system, which is being there's some sort of calculation that comes after calculation. So based on the longitudes and latitudes, these are the lines which describe or determine the location and the time of any place. So this is absolute location. And what we have, the what is say, relative location. When you show the relation of any place with that location, means anything which is being popular or more influencing, so you describe that on the basis of their location. So you can say if there are any place are being there and there's another place which is close to that place, so you are being referring that place, that place location with the reference of that place which is being near to that and which is more popular. So, and the place, the second theme is the place. In place, you learn both physical and the human characteristic of that place. So in physical characteristics, we discussed, we have a water, we have a climate, we have plateau, we have mountains, we have a roads, and we have also markets. So these are the the physical characteristic or land features. In human characters, you learn about, you see the people, their characteristics, living standard, their cultures and culture. You see their language, their religion, the way they, their food culture, the way they greet each other, and the way they are being living on that part of the earth. The landforms, so human environment interaction, I told you this is number third thing, human environment interaction. How the man is being living in that particular place, having a particular environment. So whether man is adopted, has been adopting that environment or been disturbing that environment. So we have to see this all mechanism that how they are being influencing each other. So where we are being living, where we are being giving space to each other, means the environment. When we are being respecting environment, what are the basic components of our environment, we are not disturbing them, like we have a physical environment. So that where our relation is so peaceful, where we are being disturbing the environment by making our own activities, when we are being digging out or being disturbing, dislocating, disfiguring that land area for our own comfort, so where we are being so disturbed, not only we disturb that land area, we are disturbing the environment. So environment in return also been disturbing us. So here we have to see what sort of relation we have. So how people interact with their environment, whether they adapt it, whether they modify, whether they depend. So we do all these three things. Sometimes we adapt that, they adopt that, sometimes we modify that for our own comfort, for our own betterment, and sometimes we are being depending on this. So it depends where you are being living. So if you are living completely in a natural environment, you are living in completely natural environment, definitely you are being dependent on that. So wherever you find that you have an ability or you skill, you modify that environment. Sometimes you adopt. So whatever suits you, you are doing that. Movement also being important, because we are being moving. We are not we are stationary. We are being stand still, or we are being stopped somewhere. We are always being moving. So how people, goods, ideas move from place to place. Not only people are moving, their ideas, their opinions also being moved to other part of the world. So we are being exchanging not only the people, but at the same time the ideas. So human and product movements, like movement, we have trucks, train, planes, information like phone, computer, mails, ideas like they are being through the magazines, TV, radios. So these the movement. And then we have a region. So we have a different regions, and they are being known or classified having some sort of characteristic. Either they have a one influential, a strong characteristic, or they are the multi characteristics. So that regions are being identified through those through those characters. So some regions which are being known for their political systems, for their administrative system, so we call them political regions. Then we have a landform, physiography. Some regions, they are they are being called, they are the barren land. Some then they are being called arid and semi-arid land. Somewhere they are being mountainous or having more vegetation. So we have agricultural regions also. We have a cultural region. So these are the different regions which have a different characteristics. So these are the reams of atmosphere. Oh, sorry, reams of the Earth. I have also another video on that. We have a separate videos you can watch on that. Under the title of Earth domain. So these are the lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and the biospheres. We are not going to discuss these spheres here because we had already. Now we will talk about what are the applications of modern geography, which is very important. Now, geography, as I told you, is very it comes in the basic sciences. Very important for everyone to understand these all phenomena of day and night, seasons, temperature, pressure, rainfall, water flow, or glacier melt, or climate change. These are the very important topics. At the same time, what are the application in the modern world? So in modern world geography, we have a GPS, global position system. So through GPS, you can identify, you can determine the location of any place through the GPS. Where you have been standing, you have a device, you take, and the device will, with connecting with the satellite, can easily determine the location where you are being standing. Then we have a GIS. So then we have a GIS. They'll go one by one. So global positioning system, it is only system today which is able to show your exact position on the Earth anytime, in any weather, anywhere. So where you are in anywhere in the world, you can easily, through this device, you can easily determine your location. So even if you are saying Google Earth is also being run on similar procedure, similar system, whether we have a global positioning system. So in GPS, global navigation system, we provide position, timing, and the navigation, which is very important for your travel, for the navigation. 3 segment, we have a space, control, and user. Early solution, we are not going, so GPS satellites, they have been satellites which are being running 24 hours, which are giving data. And it depends on how many movements they have. Sometimes there are 2 movements in a day, sometimes they have 1 movement. It depends on the type of the settlements, satellite you have. Use of GPS also being in the satellite TVs are being running on the system of satellites. So we have a satellite TV, so cellular phones, we have a military purpose, we have a civilian purpose. GPS controlling cars, where so the car detection, where we have a car being stolen. So for your car safety, so GPS are being installed in the cars. In defense, for accurate result of attack to enemy, you can easily find out your enemies, where their locations. We have a shopping cart also. The shopping, when you have online shopping, you can easily, people you can measure the accurate distance between from where the things are being coming, are being delivered to the actual address or the place. So there are lots of then we have a geographical information system. Actually, GPS is based on the computer. It's all about the computing, where the data is being got through the GPS and remote sensing, and that data is being processed in the computer. So in modern world, GIS is being seriously taken. So most of the academic research, the different I'll say academic subjects or expert, they have been employing the GIS software for their research objective. So it's been geographic data, remote sense data. Then that data is being manipulated or processed in the computer. So then we get the results. So this is the components of GIS: hardware, software, and the functions, input. This is applications of GIS in education, land information, revenue department. Also been oceanography, water, how much volume of water, salinity, mineral resources, the water resources, how much water is being flowing from one place to another place. And also you can easily see the condition of the glacier melts. Remote sensing is the base for the GIS. Actually, remote sensing, when you are being sensing, when you are determining something which is you're distant, which is out of your reach. So without touching or without going there, you get the data, you get the information of that object, of that thing. So remote sensing is a science of obtaining information about the area from distant, typically from the satellite aircraft. So aircraft and satellite, they are employed to get the data. So actually remote sensing working through satellites and aircraft. There are lots of other source or components of remote sensing. We will have another lecture on that also. So this is the way the remote sensor we working. We have an active sensor, we have an inactive sensors. So now we are coming to the scope of geography. What is the scope of geography actually? Geography is very wide subject and can be used number of occasions for discovering our parts and predicting that. The geography is very important subject because it's all about concern to the earth. So what's lying at the surface, inside the earth, and in the space. So until unless we don't have information of these all things, we will be unable to discover and then to predict. So it's very important. So geography is also linked with many other subjects like history, biology, because what I said, it's a mother of all sciences. So biology is also connected. In biology, we learn about the biogeography. When we learn biogeography, so in biogeography, we learn the movements, dispersal, and the evolution of the organisms. So it is a part of parts of the geography, sorry, the biology. Then we have economics, and we will learn the economic activities. We have a political geography. From political science, we learn the political system. So GIS and remote sensing is IT subjects. So chemistry, we have a chemical reaction, chemical composition, or chemical weathering. So physics, we have also physical process of the earth. So that's why it's been said this is a mother of basic science, and it has a link with the different subjects. So geography also look at the economic, cultural sides of different countries and society, living styles. Over everyday weather is prescribed by geography. This is the work of geographer to let you know the weather condition of different parts of the world. So because our daily routine are being influenced, are being affected by the weather condition. So until unless you don't have information, whether there's a dry weather, whether it's a semi-dry weather, whether it's a high temperature, low temperature, whether it's rain is there, whether it's been rain has been predicted. So you say our activities are also being influenced by these weather phenomena. So all natural phenomena are explained by the geographer, like volcanoes, hurricane, earthquakes. So these are being. Geography looks incredible variety of animals and plants. We already discussed this thing. So what is the scope of geography? What are the job opportunity in the geography once you get a degree in geography? So you can be a cartographer. Cartographer, the people who make the maps of any place for the general public, for the information. So cartographer could be a profession for you. Climatologist, you can be a climatologist when you let us the world that the climatic condition of the world and climate of the world by looking at the atmosphere, by reading the atmospheric conditions. And we have a geomorphologist, the people who are being working on the different landforms. Even they look at the shape, process, and the structure of those landforms and what were the process behind those. So you can be GIS specialist, you can a location analyst. You can be a pollution analyst when you learn about the what to say the environmental geography. Then you can be a soil conservator, because in geography you also learn about the soil, the condition of soil, types of the soil, composition of the soil. You can be a town planner, urban planner, how the cities need to plan by looking at different, the needs of water supply, electricity, population increase. So you can be a demographer, the population, because we also have a population geography, climate change, emergency management specialists, geospatial analysts, hydrologists, people who are expert in the water. We have meteorologists, people who give you daily report on the meteorology. Remote sensing, I told you, is the latest addition in the geography. It's very important. because there's more and more need or requirement of the remote sensing expert in different fields. You can be a surveyor where you can count the different characteristic of the population for the states. Water conservator, then we have an oceanographer. So you can see we have also a wide range of job market for the geographer. But the thing is that you need to be expert and the well learner are having a good study on these things. So these are the jobs which you can. So this is all about the geography. So we are not going to conclude. We discuss the different characteristics of geography, how the geography evolved. But there's a lots of things which I didn't discuss here. One was the the geographic dreams, which is, we have already the lecture on that. You can watch that video under the title geographic domains. And we didn't discuss the history of the geography. It's very important. The history of geography, we have a different eras, different periods of the geography. So I will have another lecture on that. That what the the Romance, the Greeks, the Arabs, the European, then the American geographer, they did for the evolution and progress of the geography. So we will have another video, a lecture, a separate video on that. So till then, you take care of yourself. If you like my video lectures, please subscribe and have a comments on it. So thank you, and we will have another video in the future.